Hello everyone, it's Adam here. This is the Husqvarna 701 Enduro LR, but this video will work for anyone with a KTM 690 or 701 Enduro. I am going to be adding a rack to my bike, and most people don't want to add weight. I'll give reasons in a riding video, so I'm going to film a video of me riding the bike, and I will give some reasons for this change in that video. But for now, this is just going to be the install video. So I was running a Reckless 40 on this bike, and it wasn't enough space for me, so I was doing stuff with like top pannier bags or duffel bags on top, and that was taking too much butt space away. And so I'm finally giving in and just going for a backcountry 35 from Moto. And I get a discount with Moto, so not a big one, but a tiny one. Probably they're still making money on me, but I thought I'd mention that as just who I am, I guess. But yeah, so as far as the rack goes, it's an Outback Motortek Gen 2 rack I went with. Inside baseball story, I've been waiting. So Vanash Motorsports, which I have a lot of their stuff on the bike already, makes a minimalist pannier rack, and it's made in the USA. It's really nice. It's the right price, and I've been waiting for Andrew to produce more of them for nearly a year. I email him every 2 or 3 months. He moved shops. He got a new supplier. Couldn't get steel in for a while. Just has had all kinds of issues with just a lot of change. He's a one-man show, and so he finally took the thing down from his website. He added me to a list. I finally last week was like, Andrew, it's been a year. I went with Outback Motortek, and I'm very sorry. And he said, I totally get it. So I'm endorsing that rack, even though I've never used it before, because I really would prefer to buy American and also from a one-man small business. And also just Andrew's super cool and his stuff is top quality. But with that said, I needed something. And so here we are with the Outback Motortek version. So what we're going to do is the Outback Motortek is going to fasten to here, down here. And if you're someone like me that has the Perun Moto rear rack on the 701, you need to go to Perun Moto and you need to purchase an adapter kit that allows you to mount the Outback Motortek with their luggage carrier. So just keep that in mind. So Outback Motortek, you can buy that from Husqvarna directly or from the Outback website. They have an East and a West Coast fulfillment distribution center. And then you'll need to go to Perun Moto and you'll need to grab their adapter kit, which I will do these all in one video. All right, let's get started. So here's everything that that Perun Moto sends you for the adapter kit. So you got a couple 4 spacers here. You got this little wedge that you need to use, and you got some longer bolts that make this fulfillment possible. I'm gonna grab what Outback sends you, because some of that stuff will actually probably end up being marked as unnecessary with the stuff that Perun sent me. So here's everything side by side. Sorry for the dirty floor, but well, you guys know how my garage is. So we have here, everything on the left is what Perun Moto sent in their kit. Everything on the right is what Outback sent. I'm going to pull both instruction manuals up and make sure I have everything I need and exclude stuff that I don't. All right, staging is done. So we have the Perun billet adapter here, 80 mil in the front, 70 in the rear. So you have a longer screw up front because it's a deeper connection to get there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the first rack and put it on here and just kind of get it back in place, and then we're going to fasten it down there, and then we can reinstall this guy. So as you can see here, we have this side staged, come all the way up, and this side is staged. Basically just have these two screwed in, a couple of thread pitches there, a couple of threads to get it staged. We're going to do the other side, and then we'll grab that upper rack and we'll finalize the install. Very simple though compared to a GS rack. All right, there's one more step to do. There's these 2 additional bolts that came with your kit. You're going to remove the rubber pads from the Perun Moto kit that you have, and you're going to basically put some spacers in there. So it's going to look like this when you get done with it. So you'll screw this in that way. The reason why is the Perun Moto tail rack is now sitting higher because of the side pannier rack. And so I'll install it and I'll show you what I'm talking about when I'm done. So as you now see, you have these rubber pieces are now a little bit deeper with those spacers added and the new bolts up top. I'm now going to reattach my larger landing pad up top, and then I can proceed with the final version. So here's that larger piece that I had installed. So it's 4 bolts, I think, 2 or 4 bolts holding this in that I have to now reinstall. Right, so we have the rack installed minus the crossbar. I just want to mention a couple quick things. So you're going to be using Outback's bolts for the carriers here, bolt washer, and then the actual product. I use some Loctite 243, which is the oil-resistant medium-strength thread locker. This runs all the way up. You can see the final orientation here is spacer from Perun Moto on the bottom, then the Outback Motortek rack, and then the billet spacer, the wedge on top of that. Then you're going to put the Perun rack with its spacers, and then finally you're going to use the long bolts that Perun sends with the Outback Motortek riser doohickey things here to go down. And then on the rear, even though they give me spacers to make those rubber brackets a little longer, they actually still don't touch the tail. But if you put a little weight on there, it does start to touch. So I don't know. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe it's just not long enough for the 701LR. No idea, but it's really, I mean, this isn't really a weight-bearing piece anyway, so I'm not even really worried about it. I mean, if you put weight back here, you're gonna have some problems. So that's just extra insurance. Now we're gonna do, and so here's what I'll say as a one-person job. 20 minutes, it's not that big of a deal, but you do want to just be really careful on cross-threading these bolts, these 4 here, because these are bolting into captures that are fastened into that rear tank. Your tank is the subframe, and so if you cross-thread those, it's a very expensive part to replace that rear tank, a few $100s, and so you just want to make sure that you're getting this right. So make sure everything's all lined up, press them nice, hand turn them 3 or 4 turns. If you don't feel any resistance, you're safe to send it, not with power tools, but with a 4mm hex. And I did apply a 243 thread locker to that too. She's gotten wider, but here's the silver lining. I've always been concerned because there's no crash bars for the LR, none. They don't exist. No one makes crash bars for the LR. There's 250 of these total brought to the US. That's it. So, and there's probably less available now after, if the shit happens. And so having bags on the back will actually, that actually will be nice. So, and yes, my new license plate comes tomorrow, so it's fine. That's fine. We're not having an issue there. Okay, we're good then. Yeah, all good? Sweet, let's do the crossbar. So, add some weight. It definitely changes the profile of the bike considerably. As you can see here from the side, and then coming around the front and the back. If you need a rack, you have one, but it's not really something that I would do by default. But yeah, everything's in place. You see the clearance there. If you're curious about clearance, you've got about a small finger worth of clearance. And this is the LR is the exact same rear fairing as the regular 701 and 690. So, but yeah, this is all mounted down with Loctite. And then you come up here, you've got a nice grab handle there, which is great. You can probably also mount some things here if you'd like to mount some Velcro and bags or something there if you'd like to. And then coming up, your Moscow Moto puck will go here. I'll do an install video of that separately. Looks like I've got a little scratch here in shipping. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be all messed up anyway. Then you have your crossbar back here. These are 10 mil bolts with kind of captive, not captive, but locking nuts here. But you can see it's moving the whole bike pretty well. And they're symmetrical, right? You can see here you've got basically symmetrical on both sides because the way the tank and the exhaust is designed on the 701. And the other side, just like that. So I like it. It's serving a purpose. It'll protect my tank going forward and also give me the ability to camp off the bike a little bit better. This won't ride like a GS when it's loaded up. It's going to ride differently. We'll see how it feels, and if I like it at the end of the season, I'll stick with it or get rid of it. But you can finally see here how this is all integrated with the wedge and the spacers and everything all together, how that looks. All right, well, everyone, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Outback Motortek did a nice job with these racks, and they're a necessary evil.